Hello and welcome back to Easy English with Paul. I'm going to try and memorize an entire book using this brain hack. If you're like me, you've probably struggled with memorizing new words, only to forget them a few days later. You spend hours trying to cram as much information as possible into your brain, but it just doesn't stick. It's frustrating, right? You're not alone. We've all been there at some point. The thing is, traditional memorization methods just do not work. They're inefficient and often lead to burnout. I mean, who hasn't tried to memorize a list of vocabulary words only to realize a week later that they've forgotten most of them? It's like, what's the point? So, what's going on here? Well, it's because our brains aren't designed to store information like a computer would. We need to use certain techniques to make information stick. And that's where brain hacks come in. One of the most effective brain hacks out there is a combination of spaced repetition and active recall. But how does it work? Let's say you want to learn a new word, for example. You start by trying to recall the word from memory. If you can't remember it, you look it up and try again. Then you wait a little bit of time before trying to recall it again. The key is to space out these recall attempts over time. So, you might try to recall the word a few minutes later, then an hour later, and finally a day later. By doing this, you're strengthening the connection between the word and its meaning in your brain. But here's the best part. This technique doesn't just work for vocabulary words. You can use it to memorize entire books, like I'm trying to do. Okay, maybe that's a bit ambitious, but you get the idea. Let's try a quick example. Say we want to learn the word perspicacious. It's an adjective that means having a keen understanding and insight. So, I want you to try to recall the word from memory. Go ahead, think about it for a second. If you can't remember it, don't worry. Just to make it more interesting, let's say I showed you a definition of the word, and then I asked you to recall it a few seconds later. You might remember it, or you might not. But if I came back an hour later and asked you to recall it again, you'd probably forget it. That's where spaced repetition comes in. By reviewing the word at increasingly longer intervals, you can make it stick in your long-term memory. And that's the power of this brain hack. In short, this brain hack is a game changer. It's a significantly proven method for long-term vocabulary retention, and it's ridiculously easy to use. So I encourage you to give it a try. Start with a few words a day and see how quickly you can build up your vocabulary. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more learning tips. But for me, it's goodbye for now. Goodbye.